Hello and welcome to Dateline Lagos on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. On the program, Lagos State Government reconstructs Ikeja network of roads and Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu empowers over 10,000 vulnerable residents. The Lagos State Government is doing all it can to improve road connectivity and provide alternative means of transportation for the people. In doing so, the Ikeja GRA roads are currently being reconstructed for better commuting, and the state government has already promised to deliver the project before the end of this year, 2021.
Ikeja is the capital city of Lagos State, located 17 kilometers northwest of the state. Over time, Ikeja has developed into a prime commercial and residential city, and one of the most popular and high-value real estates is the Ikeja government residential area. Ikeja GRA is a highbrow, well-planned residential neighborhood, but the road network requires major attention, which is why the Lagos State government is already taking charge by getting it fixed. Drainage networks are also being constructed on several streets to prevent the usual flooding experienced in this axis. Motorists, residents share their views about the rehabilitation exercise.
This GRA, the way it's one of I can even say it's the doyen of GRAs in Nigeria, because it used to belong to Western Nigeria. But no sooner that the Western Nigeria dropped this for Lagos State, things start running worse than we expect. Now, we thank the Lagos State government, what they are doing now. At least they are trying to improve, things are getting improved. And we look for, the only thing we are not comfortable with is that the work is not, it's not moving the way we wanted it. So they should speed up and get us out of this mess. For instance, we have a situation where every vehicle that wants to come to Maryland or trying to go to Agigimoto Road, they use the GRA as a thoroughfare. This is what we don't like, and that is what is mostly destroying the GRA. And we are working with Lagos State, we are talking. So we expect us to come with a good plan that will eliminate such a thing.
The government is trying. They are trying to make sure that GRA is well positioned.
Lagos State government, they are trying their best. This rehabilitation, the good thing happened in GRA Ikeja. So before, when you see rainfall, everywhere is a flooding and all that. But this time around, they are moving. So as they started it, let them finish on time so that, let everybody enjoy the good thing that Lagos government is doing.
70% of Oduduwa Way project is already covered, and the contractor explains what is left to be done.
This project, it is including two streets. One of them is this Oduduwa Way, the another is Oduduwa Crescent. This Oduduwa Way, we are planning to complete next month end, because the remaining job is really not too much. And only now the rainy days is affecting. But in more than 1 month time, we can deliver this one. If we talk about the crescent, Oduduwa Crescent, all hydraulic structure is completed. Even we had done 200-meter asphalt there, and the remaining project is ongoing. We are laying stone base and stone base level and stone base level now. It is moving very fast.
The Special Advisor on Works and Infrastructure is in charge of the project, which he says will be delivered before the end of 2021.
4 roads were designated for you to have urbanization on them, mainly Oduduwa GRA, Oduduwa Crescent, Obadosumu, and the Shoba Rubi Udu. So this is one of them. And we're here today. In total, Of all of the 4 roads, you have all of them totaling close to about 5 kilometers. By the time you add Shoba Road, you have about 5 kilometer network of upgrade. But we're here at this spot here, where you have a major cross culvert discharging towards Adekunle Fajiri. So there have been issues around flooding, and the residents they needed to engage with the state government. As you all know, part of the things that we do as an administration is to ensure that citizen participation, you get it right from the start. So engagement from beginning and during construction is critical. Before we started, we had this engagement with them. So as we go along the way, we also engage. So this is one of the engagement processes that we do, just to reassure them. The outfalls where they're discharging to, ensuring that everything flows in. If there are canals, in terms of sizing, what we need to do, the synergy between us as well as the Ministry of Office of Drainage Services is what we have put in place, and I'm sure we'll get by whatever the issues are. Another 6 months from now, we should be over. Obadosuma has been completed. One of the roads, Oduduwa Way, has been finished up to binder level, so you just have the wearing course. The drains are all in place. So on Oduduwa Crescent here, this, as you can see now, I would say the progress percentage that you have there will probably be at about 60%, between 60 and 65. And that's why I said in another 6 months, I think we should be done. On Shoba Ribeodu, the right of way has been done. We had issues of the outfall, where to discharge to, given the capacity of the drains there. So I think we changed flow patterns, and that's the delay that you experience from there. There is a body, there is a committee that the governor is going to inaugurate any moment from now on GRA matters, where you have Office of Physical Planning, you have Ministry of Works, you have Transport, and then you have Office of Drainage Services. It will be a committee. It's actually been promulgated about 10 years back, but there's need to reconstitute that membership of that committee. Once that is done, all of these issues will be addressed, because you can then designate some routes as unidirectional, or the ones that you have a counterflow. You have where you say this is a thoroughfare. So you designate, depending on the layout, what you have as flow pattern. The Estate Association, together with Ministry of Transport, will designate some routes. And then the estate can man within the ambit of the laws as provided, as stipulated by the Ministry of Transport. So I think that that's something that they can work to. There should be no reason for fear.
Aside from the GRA project, the Lagos State government is also building a red line rail as an alternative means of transportation.
We have the red line, we have the blue line. The red line, we're trying to key into the red line of the federal government. And like we all know, it is very likely that the red line might even finish faster than the blue line. So that's the construction that you'll see there. You see compensation has been paid. About 2 months back, Mr. Governor did hand over the checks to the people whose structures were affected with the ongoing construction. They've acquired the right of way, a lot of fencing work, a lot of alternative routes. So people see a lot of inconvenience. It's coming out from the heavy construction work in Lagos. And mark you, it's not just Lagos State government that is working, that is doing construction. The federal government is also working. Just as we are working to round up all of our construction on major arterials, Ikeja Road in particular, we are in the last phase 6 of that rehabilitation work, which is the underpass tunnel by the bridge. Once we finish that one, Ikeja Road should be free. But the federal government is also working on a Alakpere section, Lagos bound, and then outbound and inbound Lagos. But because of the traffic that we have experienced, we have advised them to say, you know what, slow down your work on the inbound to Lagos and then concentrate on the outbound. By which time, and I think they've adhered to that in the last 2 days, so that Ikeja Road becomes free as an inbound to Lagos. And then they can then come back to come and do that inbound, as against we working on inbound to Lagos through Eko Bridge, and they're also working on inbound using Alakpere. So I think the synergy in the last 2 days now, that we are beginning to listen to ourselves, and is beginning to get better.
The red line is at 7-kilometer north-south rail route, which will run on the same alignment with the standard gauge rail system, being constructed by the federal government as part of the national rail network. Residents share their view on the project.
With this construction, we expect that the road should be wider enough for commuters to be able to pass, and then cars should be able to navigate their way. And also with this bridge that we think they are building here, should help commuters walk through, and buses should have a good route to where they are going with this bridge they are building right here.
It's a very busy area right from onset. You can see a lot of people flowing in and going out. But due to what is going on now, what we expect the government to do, we as residents of this area, we are expecting the government to give us a big bridge. Do you get it? a link that will link to the main express overhead to the railway, so that it will ease transportation, it will ease traffic jam, everybody will be able to move in and out freely.
The Red Line is part of the state's vision of an integrated multimodal transportation system. It is expected to run from Alagbado to Marina, with 12 proposed stations between Agbado, Iju, Agege, Ikeja, Oshodi, Mushin, Yaba, Ebute Meta, Ido, Ebutero, and Marina. According to the state government, all these projects are part of the state's vision to achieve its dream of a mega city.
Armed with the mandate to light up all parts of Lagos and to leverage on technology to work with the available mineral resources and at the same time protect the natural resources and ecosystem, the ministry in the last 1 year has put in so much to deliver on this mandate.
We're deploying a robust and integrated power system monitoring tool as an interface for real-time live monitoring of critical energy infrastructure. And this critical energy infrastructure includes all of the IPPs that are currently working in the state for the state. We'll be able to monitor at any point in time all the power they provide to us. In addition to this operations control center will also be monitoring every single street light. Going forward, we'll be leveraging technology. Every single one of the street lights will have a transmitter.
Leveraging on local capacities and manpower to drive the future of Lagos, the ministry, in collaboration with the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, successfully trained participants of its smart electrical engineering. Meanwhile, 60% of the participants secured local and international employment placements. Meanwhile, the ministry, through the Lagos State Electricity Board, is working towards the repositioning of the Lagos State Energy Academy to become an internationally accredited vocational and technical institution, and also exploring potential partnerships with industry players to fund, manage, and grow the academy. Still leveraging on local capacities, the ministry successfully launched the Lagos Smart Meter Hackathon. This initiative is geared towards the local design and production of affordable meters to increase meter penetration in the state. This will help improve electricity distribution and monitoring.
We launched the Smart Meter Hackathon program where we invited young people to come and compete in the design of a smart meter that will be able to work in Nigeria and be acceptable to the distribution companies. The hackathon event is concluded and final affordable meter solutions were selected. We're currently now working with the winning teams on a prototype design and a prototype production such that we can then subject them to the market tests and see if we can then roll them out.
Towards undertaking strategic initiatives in optimizing and improving electricity supply to public infrastructure across the state, the ministry embarked on the upgrade of medium voltage and low voltage distribution infrastructure, fused feeder pillars, transformers, switching systems, amongst others. It is noteworthy to say that critical infrastructure now have 24 hours power supply, that is ICT and NCC. It has also completed connection to the national grid, that is Ikeja Electric. The state government, through the ministry, is committed to promoting cleaner solutions to drive energy efficiency, emissions reduction, and environmental improvement. Through this, it has commenced implementation of an LPG reticulation program for structured estates. The pilot implementation is ongoing at Lagos Homes, Shogutedo, and with its success, it will be replicated at other Lagos homes with further adoption by private developers across the state.
We've also commenced the implementation of an LPG reticulation program for structured estates as a way of promoting and deepening the use of LPG in the state. There are a number of pilot implementations ongoing. but one especially at Lagos Homes in Shongotebo to serve as a proof of concept. Following the successful implementation, it will be replicated to other Lagos state estates with a further scope for increased adoption by private developers across the state.
Over the years, it has also ensured effective rejuvenation of public lighting through replacement of non-functional streetlights and the introduction of more efficient LED lights towards achieving sustainable lighting. It also carried out the Lagos Solar Program, an initiative focused on implementing embedded solar power to 172 public schools and 111 primary healthcare centers.
Honorable